In 2008, I stopped by an old buddy's place for a casual beer. His wife, Sarah, was home. After knocking back quite a few beers and eventually more than just beer, my buddy passed out cold. Sarah and I kept the party going, and after a while, without even realizing it, sparks flew between us. And since her husband was out like a light, nothing was really stopping us. We hooked up. About 2 to 3 weeks later, I texted her, "Hey, how's it going? Want to meet up?" She said yes, and since we both had kids, she had a 4-year-old son and I had a 5-year-old from my first marriage, we took them along and headed to the local park for a walk. There, I heard Sarah's heartbreaking story. Her husband was a total abuser. He'd hit her, humiliate her, no sex for months, he'd drink like a fish, wouldn't give her any money, and so on. Like they say, other people's families are a mystery. She's his wife. What could I do? It was up to her to make a move. We dated for about a year, and suddenly I got a call from an unknown number, but I missed it. But I called back. They said it was the ER. A woman had been brought in unconscious, and when she came to, she asked to call you but couldn't reach you and went home. After asking about her, I realized it was Sarah. I dropped everything and rushed to her place. It was a suburban neighborhood. No one answered the gate. A little mutt was barking in the yard. I said, screw it. I climbed over the fence, shooed the dog away, and went into her house. It was her parents' place, and she'd gone there. Her dad and mom gave me surprised looks, and from behind the curtain, there she was, all beaten up, covered in bruises, broken nose. It was horrific. Gathering my courage, I raised my voice and laid it all out about what I thought of her husband, and literally slamming my fist on the table, I demanded that her parents not let her go back to that monster, and I ordered her, once the bruises fade, go straight to file for divorce. After that, you're mine. 2 months passed, and she got divorced. Then, after talking to her parents, her again, her future father-in-law, learning I didn't have my own place, made me an offer. There's this unfinished house here. If you're serious, take my daughter in hand and build your home. Like, why pay rent to some stranger when you could invest in your own place? We agreed on that. I moved in with her, and we started living together in a common-law marriage. In the first year I turned that unfinished house, it was just an adobe core bricked over, nothing else, into a fully livable home with all the amenities. I installed plumbing, set up heating, to the interior renovations, bought appliances. Sarah wasn't working anywhere. She stayed home with her son, and since I'd fallen head over heels, I didn't think twice and proposed. She said yes, and in 2010 we got married. In 2011, when we found out we were having a daughter, I pushed myself harder and improved our house by adding a second floor. We ended up with 2 fully livable large rooms upstairs. In December 2011, our beautiful daughter was born. I was making decent money. We took several trips abroad for vacations. I bought a lot for my Sarah within reason. We didn't have tons of cash, but enough for gold jewelry and a trip to Mexico. As it turned out, in 2017, by mutual agreement, we got divorced. It was necessary. That's a long, separate story with no relation to this issue. But we kept living together. Me, Sarah, her son, and our daughter. In 2019, Sarah used some family savings to buy our house from her dad and put it in shared ownership among 3, her, our daughter, and her son. I had no idea about it. Later she said, well, I did. I figured it wasn't that big of a deal to tell you. At least our kids have their own homes. Whatever, I thought. I have an apartment. My elderly mom lives there with my sister and her daughter. I'm the owner of half of the apartment. In 2020, my partner started getting restless. The daily grind is killing me. I can't stay home anymore. I want a job. Her brother worked as a security guard at a private firm. He pulled her in, saying, you're just sitting around doing nothing and they pay a little something. Of course, that was the first warning bell I missed, letting my wife work at some site on a 2 days on, 2 days off shift. Everything went on normally, except that around 2019, I stopped earning as much. We weren't starving, but Mexico trips were out. And then, starting in April 2023, 15 years together, I noticed something. My angel wasn't acting the same. There was this coldness from her, intimacy disappeared. I was always up for it, but she'd blame fatigue or some fibroid or whatever. I often caught her on her phone, long talks with someone. I got worried and had a serious talk with her. What's going on? Is there someone else? She denied it. Where do you get that? I'm just tired. Did she think going to work mean ditching housework, laundry, cooking, cleaning, raising kids? I believed her, thinking, okay, I'll wait a bit longer. Summer's coming. Maybe we'll hit the beach after all. On May 3rd, like a bolt from the blue, her dad passed away suddenly. She shut down even more, wouldn't let me near her. I borrowed and reborrowed money to give him a proper funeral. After the wake, she got pretty drunk mourning her dad. Around 2 in the morning, she's stumbling around the house, slurring words and all. I said, "My baby, go to bed, it's late." She clarified, "Who?" I said, "My baby." She, "Whose?" I, "Mine." And that's when I got the first knife in the back. She, "Not yours anymore." I somehow got her to bed, but that phrase stuck in my head hard. I didn't sleep at all, and at 7 in the morning I went to work. That evening, coming home after not sleeping for over 48 hours, I started talking to her as I was crashing out. Then she'd sobered up from the wake. She said everything's fine, that was some weird phrase, she didn't understand herself, she doesn't remember, don't take it to heart, all's good, she just blurted it out while drunk. As I was falling asleep, I felt her stroking my head gently, so tenderly. Now I realize she was saying goodbye to me. A couple weeks later, I took her out of town and started the talk. "What's happening? You're not the same. Is there someone? We're adults. Tell the truth. Don't lie to me and my feelings." She said, "You just don't get how hard it is for me right now. I'm depressed, buried my dad. There's emptiness inside. I'm not up for love." I asked straight up, "Do you want to lose the family?" She, "No, I don't want to lose the family. Just be patient." On the 2nd of July, 2023, that evening we were hugging, kissing. I brought her my latest paycheck. Everything seemed normal. That night, while she slept, I secretly linked to her WhatsApp. Relief at first. No chats except our contacts. Me, son, daughter, her mom, her brother, and a couple work ones. All chats empty. Morning comes, she heads to work, and on the 3rd of July, 2023, in the afternoon, I finally saw a chat with one contact. "Good morning, my boy." In reply, "Good morning, my love." She, "Love you so much." He, "And I do you too." A few hours later, she, "Babe, I forgot my panties." My vision went dark. I sat down and started whining. After a bit, realizing it all, I quietly packed my things and left the house. On the way out, I told my daughter I love her so much and that I'm always there for her. But since then, I'm blocked on all phones and chats, no contact with my wife or daughter. 15 years of pure love she crossed out with a fling at work. As I talked to her brother, she supposedly said she fell in love. I'm not a drinker. In 15 years, I never even looked anywhere else. Every penny went to the home, the family, supported the family, accepted and raised her son from her first marriage. Turns out after her divorce, that first husband never paid a dime in child support. For 15 years, I selflessly supported her son, by the way. At first, Sarah was okay with my son, but later turned away, like, not mine, and that's it. And her son at 17 got a lifelong condition, diabetes. The kid's on insulin. I was always hunting down and buying him needles, test strips, again, everything for the family. And now I've lost it all. The 2-story house, the yard, 8 planted trees, my beloved wife and daughter. It's been a month now. I see no point in life. I keep going on, but you can't imagine how hard it is. How hurtful and low she acted. At least 3 months she was living double. Pulling money from me, asking me not to push, to wait while over there they played love, texted and deleted chats so no one could see. I'm 49, she's 42. Her birthday was in July. I picked out a golden necklace for her. Also found a 10-day beach holiday for the whole family. At least I didn't rack up debt for that. As her brother said, that guy's even older than me, over 50. I don't know what drew her to him. My family died on the 3rd of July, 2023. This is my morning. Still no contact with my daughter. Why she won't talk to me, I don't know. They probably fed her some lies, and I'm just slowly dying. My soul aches, my heart weeps.